Right, here's another piece that I pulled up that kind of details the way people pass off opinion on politics and how they're losing the narrative badly and focusing on the drama and not the policies. And it says a new decade in American politics has started with a hangover that keeps on getting worse, a quickening of the downward democratic spiral we have witnessed over the past 30 years. So much of what has gone awry has been resident in the trial of Donald Trump and the partisan vitriol, the degradation of debate, the use of what were previously rarely used weapons, in this instance impeachment, to escalate America's ceaseless political war. This sorry saga has offered yet more proof that far from being an aberration, the Trump era is a culmination. The hyper-partisanship of Republicans and Democrats has been evident in the party line votes to impeach and acquit. But the coarseness and ugliness of political discourse we have heard every day, which prompted the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and deep state clown John Roberts to tell both sides to dial back the rhetoric. Again, we've witnessed the negative statecraft of Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who used parliamentary procedures, it is stated, to bar witnesses from even appearing in the trial, a case historians may well conclude of jurors actively obstructing justice. Not exactly. McConnell managed to block Barack Obama's final Supreme Court nominee, Merrick Garland, for almost a year, and rightly so, in preventing the Democratic House managers from calling witnesses such as the former National Security Advisor, John Bolton, really. Of course, he's impartial, who could, according to this report, completely blown up in the president's defense. I don't think so. Now, in their rush to impeach Mr. Trump, the Democrats also decided not to fight a lengthy court battle for the right to hear testimony from Bolton and other White House aides. This opened them up to criticism that the process was a naked political play rather than a grave constitutional undertaking. That is an interesting piece in many ways, and a first sign of media discontent of how politics plays out. It should not be, well, it won't be lost on our members and many others in the alt media that the media are also responsible for much of the theatre as well, twisting words and sentences to make people look bad, highlighting non-important issues, and never ever focusing on the policies, which is what politics is supposed to be all about. It's all drama, drama, and drama. Theatre. But it's interesting that some of the media are now, maybe they're getting a bit worried, who knows. Here's another spin that they tried this week. A doctor who took his own life in Chicago, and the media used it to spin for vaccines. The lengths they will go is getting embarrassing now. Now, according to authorities, the doctor left a note suggesting he had become averse to vaccinations and may have falsified records. So the doctor has decided he doesn't think vaccinations work, but listen how they twist it. The Dr. Van Coynes may have left children unvaccinated, according to the Cook County Sheriff's Office. Van Coynes expressed regret for his actions, but his note was ambiguous. Officials are investigating if the much-loved paediatrician forged records so that anti-vaccination parents could obtain documents required for schools. Dr. Coynes reportedly wrote they had become averse to immunisation in his last decade of work. And, quote, he was incredibly regretful for what he did, and it was the only thing he mentioned in the suicide note, according to the authorities. Those people often write that. On the one hand, he said he's averse to vaccinations, and that's when he's saying he regrets it. I don't think so. And the fact that the county sheriffs said that the note was, quote, cryptic. So because it's cryptic, it was actually quite clear when he said he became averse to vaccinations. That's not cryptic, that's fact. It's only what they were spinning that's cryptic, that he regrets it. No, he doesn't. Because clearly he'd been doing it for the last decade, refusing to immunise children. And what's his name? Tom Dart. Perhaps he's had too many darts in his head, I think. Told the US media that the biggest issue is parents who are under the impression that children are immunised when they're not. But I thought he said earlier that the doctor was helping the anti-vaccination parents to obtain documents. So clearly the parents already knew. Let's see how they do it. It looks ridiculous. So the doctor commits suicide and then writes a note of his anti-vaccine stance. The media and the police pick it up and twist it into something that it's not. And that's what happens when you lose the information war. They are left to twist and spin things, and that is a massive win for us. Massive.